welcome back to Isimo Podcast. My name is Gerardo Alarcon.
I'm Joe Romero.
And I'm Melvin Diaz.
And today we'd like to invite you to please subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all the platforms. We have a Patreon available. But most importantly, what's happening this Saturday? Melvin.
We're going to have a live recording of a podcast in Los Angeles this Saturday, and we want you to come.
The 28th of January is going to be lit. There is also tacos across the street that's what I'm most excited for, other than seeing your beautiful faces.
Yes.
Mostly everyone you know what I realized, dude? Whenever you do a live show, 30% of people that are like, I'm fucking there already, dog.
Yeah.
Don't come.
Yeah, and we're excited because we're going to have a little special guest by the name of Daniel Cabral. He's going to have a special appearance, and he's going to have fun with us, and he's going to have a good time.
We have a super special guest named Daniel Cabral. A surprise Daniel Cabral.
Surprise special guest. Secret.
Daniel Cabral.
Are you excited, Joel?
Yes, sir. No, I'm not. I'm nervous. I'm fucking nervous, dude. I feel like I'm a bomb and eat shit, but it's okay.
But I have good news for you, dude.
Yes.
The count's in, bro. And
count's in.
That episode only made it to 83 comments. No matter how hard me and Melvin tried, dude.
Well, thank God. Because people care about me and they love a good show. And they know if I did stand up, it would not be a good show. So thank you to the fans.
I mean, to be fair, 80 of those 83 comments were people saying, yes, Joel, do stand up.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was basically 4 people because a lot of people would just started putting like 20 comments.
And I know you're a guy that's all about the statisticians, dude.
Statisifications.
And 0% of people said they didn't want to see you do stand up. So
I feel like on the Twitch, people were like, that wouldn't be a good idea. But on the YouTube comments, there's a lot more support. I mean, there's support regardless. But I'm just thinking like, listen, I know what good stand up is. I know what I can't do. I'm honest with myself. Yeah. I would mess up the show. I would ruin the show. I would ruin the vibe.
And hey, you know what? We're honest with ourselves too. And we knew 100 comments was pushing it.
Yes, that's why we said 100 comments.
We're gonna get you to do stand up eventually, but we're gonna continue to challenge ourselves. If this video gets 5 likes,
listen, I can do an open mic. Yeah. But if you want me to do it in front of these people who are going to the show, they want a good show. They don't want to see me do stand-up.
Well, if they really want a show, where can they go see us online, dude?
On twitch.tv/Isimo World. Every Thursday night, we're streaming for about like 5 or 6 hours. We tried Halo 2 weeks ago. Was bull crap.
Yeah, I'm going to cut that part out.
Yeah, we'll do, cut that out. Last week, it was fun. Good times, good vibes, all 3 of us. We had like a moment at the very end where we all listened to music and vibed out. That was beautiful. Listen to some Mac Miller.
Yeah.
But yeah, twitch.tv/Isimo World.
Yes, sir.
That being said, if this video gets 220 views, Joel's going to do stand-up.
Yep.
No. Okay, I'll say this.
Yeah.
If this episode gets 1,500 views.
Oh, how many days though? Until Saturday?
Yes. I'll do stand-up. So they have like 4 days.
Oh shit!
4 days to do stand up.
The YouTube algorithm is like, what? I want to see it.
We blow up. 4 days.
4 days.
Get on it.
Oh, he wants to do stand up.
I'll use my old jokes from like 5 years ago. The ones that I did, I'll use my old jokes.
I was expecting it to be like 5,000 views, but he's just like, if this gets 900 views, I'm gonna do stand up.
Listen, man, it just if the people want what they want, you know what I mean, and then. The people want what they want, and then I'll give it to them.
Well, let me say this for the both of you: if you guys get 100 Twitch subscribers,
not subscribers. We don't ask for subscribers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you get 100 viewers and your next Twitch or any Twitch stream, you guys will get tattoos.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yes.
Also, yes, that. Oh, what about 1,000?
So many things.
We're just whoring each other.
We're so desperate, dude. We're so desperate.
If 5 of you guys beat up Melvin, then I will strip naked.
Yes. Yeah. 1,000 YouTube subscribers, I will get a tattoo. Separate from the Twitch. From the Twitch.
You just want tattoos.
I do.
Yeah. If we get 300 views, I'll call my mom. I swear to God.
If I get what else is good?
2,000
subscribers. I'll look for my grandpa.
Exactly.
He's dead.
Hey, fuck it. If this video gets 2,000 views, I'll go to Chipotle. Like.
Oh my God.
All right.
But anyway, speaking of
that's how I know.
Speaking of moms, we wanted to gather today to talk about one special thing in our lives, and what's that, Joel?
Our fathers. You know, us as men, sometimes we have a troubled relationship with our fathers. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes they kill your cats.
Sometimes they kill your cat. Sometimes they kill your dog. Sometimes like, can I have any pets around you? You psycho. You know, sometimes you have rabbits. You have 2 rabbits that fuck each other a lot, named Neil and Trinity.
Has nothing to do with your dad.
Yes, but my dad let them loose and they never came back. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes what I always thought about is growing up. It's like, why our relationship with the father is always trouble. Like I see people, either men or women, they hang out with their fathers. I know a guy back from BP 626. You know, his dad is basically his best friend. They go out drinking, they chill, they have parties together, and they're like, you would think they're big brother and little brother. You know what I mean? And for me, I've always had a relationship where I was scared of my father because back in the day, in the younger days, he was that crazy, typical Mexican father. You know, the one that would just scream at you, ponte las pilas, bola de grasa, pinche estúpido, huevón, no sirves para nada. All those beautiful insults.
You forgot Boca Chueca.
No, that's my mom. Oh. My mom would call me Boca Chueca because apparently my voice is like this. I mean, my mouth is like this. And then, but I don't think that's true.
She's a micromanager, dog. Your mouth is not that bad.
And then she would always do this. She would always close my mouth when I'm just thinking. Because I would think like this. Like, I literally would think like this and shit like this. She just closed my mouth. I'm like, you fucking bitch! She'd do that all the time.
What if you bit your tongue? You just like...
She didn't care, dude. She would do it all the time. And then we had a babysitter named Alejandra Alejandres. Some big-ass chick, dude. Her name was Alejandra Alejandres. She would babysit me. One time, she locked me in my own room. And then I didn't have a door, right? So I was like, I'm going to get out of here. And I tried to get out of here. She was big, so she was moving in her chair, right? She was moving like that. And then I got through the door and she clotheslined me, dog. She fucking clotheslined me and I fell down and started crying.
Dude, how old were you? You're like 15, 16?
No. I was like 14, 13. I was 14, 13. She beat the shit out of me. But anyways, fathers. I want to know your guys' relationship with your fathers, you know, because I know you maybe have a good thing going on or maybe you have a good thing going on because mine... I have another friend, Jesus Sepulveda. His dad, when he talks about his dad growing up, it reminds me a lot of my dad.
Yeah.
A lot of screaming, verbal abuse. Good guy, though. I'm not trying to talk down about my father. He was a great man, great supporter, but he could have chilled it down with the anger. Did your parents have any type of those problems? Which, being Latinos, probably.
You want to go first?
I mean, yeah. My dad's a nice guy. If you ignore a lot of loud things, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. He would get really upset. There was this one time. So my parents were married on September 13th. And so the 13th is a day where you never want to do something sacrilegious, right?
Yes.
Because of the fucking horrors of the devil and whatnot.
September,
right?
Oh, I thought because of 9/11.
Oh.
Keep going.
No, the 13th, Friday the 13th, these kind of things, Halloween type stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, stuff. I said Morgan earlier, and I said stuff right now, too. So
You're talking like me. You're talking like me. Stuffification.
So, there was one day where it happened to be September 13th on a Friday.
Yes.
And I was horsing around, as they say, when I was maybe like 12 or 13 years old. 13, 4, anyways. It was a bad day. But my buddy JJ was running around. I was probably chasing him or something.
Yeah.
And then the fucking garage fell on him.
Ooh.
And no, I didn't push anything. I didn't pull anything. Nothing. Hey,
we're looking at you now. We're looking at you. You look suspicious.
No, the demonification of the fucking garage door.
Oh, satanasification.
Yeah, satanasification. You've heard about that.
Satanasifications.
Yeah, like when your dad kills your cats, whatnot.
Yeah, that's Satan. That's Satan personified. Yes.
And so the garage door slammed on this fool's leg. It fell on his leg, and then it was very funny. I started laughing, but then you know how like when somebody's really hurt and you start laughing, and then you're like, oh, I guess we got to see what the fuck is the matter with him, right?
Yeah.
I lifted the garage door. All strong and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You were a strong kid, too.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard. You were a really strong kid.
Chunky
boy.
Yeah.
But strong nonetheless.
Yeah, chunky, not lean. Let's emphasis on not lean.
No six-pack anywhere inside.
I mean, nothing like this guy, but
no, this guy's buff.
Yeah.
You have a six-pack right now.
No, this guy's strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, no, you're strong. We're complimenting you, motherfucker. We're saying you're strong.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
We're saying you're strong. You can lift up anything if you wanted to. If you believed in yourself more, you can do
more confidence.
If you had more confidence, you can do anything you want, dude.
Dude, thanks, Joe.
If you were a UFC fighter, they call you Melvin Stump Diaz. Dog.
Yeah, stupid ass.
Melvin Diaz.
Adrian, Dana White, fuck you at.
That'll be you. But
So anyways,
champion.
the garage door fell on his leg, right? And he's right.
Yeah.
And then also like the floor was dirty in the house. It was just a mess. My dad come home from work, and he goes in the kitchen, and all I hear from the kitchen is him saying, y'all had a party and didn't invite me, and I thought that was hilarious.
That was pretty
But
funny.
yeah. But you know how Latino dads are. They say they yell some shit out, especially with my dad. He doesn't speak. English is his second language.
Yes.
But he's really good at English, dog.
Yeah.
He's like, sepa la pions, you know, like he could hit that shit, dog.
See, I wish my dad was like that. More on he know English a little bit better.
But
yes.
right? He knows English, but when he yells food, this fool sounds like he's like fresh off the board. You know what I mean? Like he'll start saying shit like, you didn't invite me to that fucking party, fool. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's still in English though.
Yeah. Or even when he cries too, he's like, I know, like, we don't get along. Like, he never said that.
You wish he said that.
I know, I love you, Adrian.
That's a lizard. Oh, that's a lizard right there. Your dad's a fucking lizard. I wish my dad cried, man, when I was younger, man. All I saw was anger. All I saw was, like, I remember him waking me up at 6 in the morning to cut the grass, and then me and my brother were watching TV. I just had this vision of him just fucking taking his like belt off, ready to hit us, screaming at us, "Ponte las pilas, cabrón," and hitting both of us and shit, dude. My dad was just an angry dude, man. I wish I would have seen him cry. Even when his mom died, he didn't cry, dude.
Yeah.
He was just like, damn, this is fucking, that's fucking crazy, dude.
What about you, Melvin?
No, like they don't know how to like show their emotions because they're emotionally stunted.
Yes.
Basically, they're incapable of doing that. But my father's a good dude. In his younger days, he was wild. He was a child soldier in the Salvadoran Civil War.
Ooh.
So he served for 2 or 3 years, and then USA granted him asylum afterwards. And that's when he moved. So he moved to America like when his like mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
So what year was the Civil War? Do you know?
This is like 70s, 80s.
Okay.
1700?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1700s. yeah, he was in the American Revolution. Wow. The Revolutionary War. Yeah.
Columbus.
Yeah, he was like, fuck Britain. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You say Christopher Columbus. He's a smart guy, right? He's a smart guy.
I know my history.
Education.
I know my history. I know my history.
But you know, he was he was a heavy drinker back then. Right now, not really. He's really calmed down. But I just remember this one story of when I first started working construction. The reason why I know so much construction is because my dad, he taught me since I was like 10.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was like 11 or 12 and we have a job in South Central and we go to get gas at this like gnarly neighborhood, right? And this guy comes up to my dad and he has his hand in his pants and he's like, yo, what do you got? Like, run me your fucking wallet and shit like that. So he's robbing us.
Yeah.
So I get in the car and I'm scared. This is like the first time I've ever encountered something like this. And it's my dad and like my dad was just like, just get in the car. And my dad just like grabs a machete. He just grabs a machete from the truck and he's just like, pull it out. Pull whatever you got out right there. Pull it out.
Oh my God.
Like, pull it out. And I guarantee you will not have your hand, but in Spanish, because the guy was Mexican. The other guy was Latino as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guarantee you I'm quicker than you. And my dad was like smiling and I'm crying in the car, bro. I was like, Dad!
Melvin's like, bro.
Yeah. Bro, what the fuck is this, man?
Oh, Dad, you sang from the car. Bro, what the fuck is going on right here? I don't agree with anything that's going on with there.
In New York.
And then the guy was just like, I guess the guy was bluffing. He didn't have no fucking gun. So he was just like, oh, fuck this shit, man. He just walked away. And I was just like, holy shit, my dad's fucking crazy, dude. Like,
man.
And then that's
Probably what the guy thought too.
Yeah. And then like, that's why when I first got my first car, he gave me a machete. He was like, just keep it underneath your seat. Oh. And I was just like, what the, I'm not fucking gonna do nothing. And so, that's why, he's a tough dude, but he's also very funny. But yeah, I've kind of, prided myself in trying to get more emotions out of my father and my parents in general and like just older Latino family members because it's difficult. You know, you grow up like that for 20, 30, 40 years and then all of a sudden when you're 45, 55, you're expected to like tell them how you feel. Like it's almost physically impossible for them. So yeah, I'm really proud of like how kind of like the relationship that I've cultivated with my parents now. Like the same way I act with you guys, that's how I act with them. And it was never the case. That was never the case. It was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of arguments. It was a lot of fighting. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like, those gay jokes and just like really dumb shit like that? I could have never done that growing up. Yeah. But like when I was in high school and I started finding my voice and especially finding comedy and them seeing me perform and actually like realizing that, I'm not bad and I'm pretty good. Yeah. They were just like, okay, this is like humor. I think I really tried to enforce humor in the house.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Especially for my little brother and sister. So they had a completely different set of parents than me and my older sister. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously people grow up, you know, your parents are also growing and maturing. You know what I mean? You forget that. You think that they're just like that.
Yeah.
When in reality, when you grow up, you realize, oh, when I was 4 or 5 years old and they beat my ass, and I just thought that my parents are abusive. No, they're 20-year-olds.
Yeah, that was their prime.
You know what I mean?
That was their athletic prime.
Yeah, they took it out.
When they're 50, they can't beat the shit.
Exactly, but like they're kids as well. You know what I mean? They're kids as well. They're scared. They don't know what to do, and they have this fucking kid. And I was taller than my dad when I turned 12.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I remember feeling that shift. He still beat my ass. I remember one time I got a little too rowdy, and he had to beat my ass to let me know, like, whether you're 7 feet and I'm 4 foot tall, like, or whatever, because my father's 5'8", whatever, I'm still gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
And I remember that was like the worst ass beating, and I deserved it too. I was on some fuck shit. Yeah. And I just remember being like, yeah, this is my dad. Dude. This is the only guy. Yeah. This is probably the only man I'll ever respect in my life.
Yeah. How do you slap you though if he was that much shorter than you? Did you step on top?
No, he grabbed me. He used to use his belt. He used to use his belt
to the
like,
face?
Yeah, like everywhere. Wow. And I used to like cover and like, and then he would just be like, hit me back. And I'm like, I'm not gonna hit you. But yeah,
that's important to say. Like, you know, I may talk about my parents beating me too, but I was on some, as Melvin would say, fuck shit.
Yes.
Because you know there was some times where my mom or dad would, and then okay, so what I want to say is that when I got bigger, they were like still trying to poke the bear. But after a certain point, they're like, we're gonna call the cops, dude. They called the cops on me so many times.
Really?
Yeah.
Acting up, dude. Acting wild.
Well, because they're poking the bear, dog.
Yeah, the bear's gonna fight back. He's gonna bite back, dude.
Oh, that's dog.
I just picture one cop that's always like, Jerry Bear, what did you do this time?
And he just like, Jerry Bear.
No, but when the cops get there, I'm a nice bear. I'm like,
yeah. The cop is like, open your mouth. I'm gonna shoot you.
I know. Like, put the hands on the air.
Oh, he's purring. That means he likes you.
Put the weapon down. Did they ever shoot you or not?
no.
Oh well.
They get tranquilizers or guns or what?
Yeah. No, just said no.
No, you want them to shoot me?
That's
like,
what the story would have been like. Would have added.
No, but straight up, they would just call the cops. Like my mom would be like talking to me or at me, you know, with the phone. Like, I'll call her. Like, oh, you like, and then
what were you doing though, if I may ask?
No, they just nag. They just keep going and going and going. And if I start being like, okay, they're like, oh, we'll call the cops, fool. We'll call the cops.
That's the way to kind of de-escalate without like having to do the effort of being like, Gerard, because sometimes your child won't listen. Yeah. And they'll keep on going. Just like, oh, I'm going to call the cops. And they're like, oh, okay.
For the most part, it's like grades and shit. But then it just like one thing becomes like everything. And then it's like when you can't let things go, it's like, and this, and this, and this, and this. So it becomes like this fucked up game of Jenga where they're trying to stack all these fucking things that I've done in my past.
Yeah.
And then it was like, now it's the new thing. Let's start from the beginning, and this is how you got here. You know,
yeah.
Kind of
you know how like Latino moms in the supermarket when their kids acting up, they're like, "Te va a llevar el señor."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. My mom used to do that, but with cops, like, "Te va a llevar la policía." And I used to be like, I used to think I was smarter than I was, and I'm like, man, you're bullshitting, dude.
Yeah.
And one time a cop actually just passed by, and I was like, oh fuck! Oh! I was like, I'm sorry, mom. And I remember that clear as day. I think we were leaving Vaughn's or something like that. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They'll actually take me.
Why is that such a common thing with?
And I was like 18,
mom?
19.
Why is that? What the fuck? Are you fucking pussy?
Same here too. Though. I was like 18 or 19, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I have my little cousin Marco. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he's like maybe 8 or 9 years younger than me. I could be wrong. 6 or 7, 8, 9, whatever.
Yeah.
25 years younger than me. He was terrified of cops, dude. And like cops used to come to the block party and shit because we used to have block parties in Inglewood and in Rancho. And they would come to the block party, and this fool's in a diaper, just running away from the cops.
The cops?
I'm like, your mom probably says the same thing.
He was 18, 19 too?
No, this is when he was really young. Yeah. And I was like, even like when he was up until maybe like 7, 8, 9, you know?
The cops have always been scary.
Yeah.
Even before I knew like they could be corrupt, they could be bad ones. Ever since I was young, I always felt afraid. I've never felt safe when cops are around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone else feels this way.
No, yeah. I remember in elementary school, you know how some cops show up to your elementary school and like, hey guys, don't do drugs. And like, usually they're charismatic and funny. And you're like, wow, these are heroes of our day. But I remember one time this cop came in and he was like, no bullshit. He was angry at us for some reason. He was just like, don't commit crime because I will fuck you up.
Oh my God.
Like basically in like just, you know, in lesser words, he was just like, because if you guys mess up, I'm going to have to take you to jail. And I remember just being like, what the fuck, dude? That's fucked up, man. Like,
was he an older gentleman?
Yeah, I think looking back at it, he was probably like in his 40s.
Damn.
But, you know, it's just, they never, I mean... That's a complicated discussion in itself, but you ever had like cops show up to your school?
To my school, yes. Back in BP 606, a lot of cops were perpetrating in the area. You know,
6 times.
Yes. A lot. There was a lot of cop situation out there, man. There was a lot of gang violence. When I got there was like some couple gangs still left over. So there was a lot of fights, some stabbings in the nearby skate parks.
Yeah,
those cops are there all the time,
dude. I will say this: like, if it wasn't for my father and my mother as well, I wouldn't give a fuck about getting in trouble. I'd be such a bad person because, like, even the time I got arrested, not charged, but he handcuffed me and he put me in the back car seat, right? Because he thought I was somebody else.
He put him in a car seat.
I was 3 years old, and because I told you the story. He thought I was somebody else, and I just was so disrespectful to him because I was so upset that he thought that I was a criminal, even though I was only a junior in high school. But even in those moments where it's serious trouble at foot, I didn't think about my life. I didn't think about my record. I didn't think about getting in trouble. I didn't give a fuck about the cops. I didn't give a fuck about the lawyers. None of that. All I thought about was my dad. I was like, dude, my dad's going to be fucking pissed. Dude, my dad's going to be fucking pissed. And that's why it's so vital to have a father figure in your life. I've heard Allen Iverson discuss that, where it's just like you don't get in a lot of trouble when you have someone that keeps you in check.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so vital. That's why, you know, it really is important to have not only a person, but like specifically a man.
Yes.
In your life that will fuck you up if you do something incorrect.
Oh, yeah. Man, you're afraid of, dude.
Yes.
There was this one time where I was driving down my street and I had like a couple dudes in my car. Man, we all just finished hotboxing the car, dude. Smoked it out, dude. It was like this beat up Honda Accord with tiger stripes on the side. It was fucked up, right? I get pulled over and then the cop is like, haha, what's up, kids? And then we were like 18. I was like, what's up? Right? You know what I mean? I was all shy. Some guy in the back, some like dude was like all blasted.
You're purring?
I was like, right? And he was like, haha, so was right? And then I was like, yeah, officer, so am I free to go? And he's like, who has the weed? And I'm like, what? And he's like, who has the weed? And then I look around my friends, we look at each other, because we're so blasted, right? We just fucking like look at each other. And then we're like, we don't have weed. And he's like, I can smell it. Show me the weed right now. This is way back in the day when weed wasn't legal, dog. So we show him the weed and we show him the bong, right? And he's like, is anybody there on probation? And we look at our friend, like, are you on probation? He's like, no, what the fuck? And then we're like, okay, cool. And he's like, why are you out here smoking? I was like, I don't know. He's like, call your dad. I was like, no. I was like, no.
You were like, just take me to jail.
Yeah, just take me to jail, please. Dude, no, I can't call my dad. He's like, call your dad right now.
How old were you?
I was 18, 17. Yeah. And then it was 3 a.m. too. And then
call my lawyer, dog.
Yeah, call somebody. I'll call anybody. Call Jehovah, dog. Jesus Cristo. Don't call my fucking dad, right? Call somebody else, man. And he's like, I need to speak to your father. Is this your car or not? I'm like, I mean, it's my dad's, but like, I'm his son. Like, here's my ID. I just showed my ID. It's not even a driver's license. And then he calls my dad, and then my dad is just like, he was like, hey, dad, I'm calling you. The cop wants to talk to you. And he's like, why? And he's like, I just got pulled over, and I was smoking weed. And he's like, okay, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then it was super simple. Super to the point. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Go home now. I was like, okay. And then I just hang up. And then dude, the next day, just fucking like, he wasn't even, because this time it was older. It was just pure disappointment. He just looked at me just like this is why I help you out? Did you be doing drugs with your fucking stupid ass friend? Like, it's just like, he's like disgusted by me, man.
Yeah.
And I remember just that feeling of just like disappointing your fucking father. Because listen, my father, my Mexican father, crazy guy growing up. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, he should have done that. He should have done this. It's like, dude, I don't blame him for anything that he did. Maybe it was too excessive, but that's all he knew how to do.
Yeah.
Where he grew up, where I grew up, I could never survive that. You know, being in Culiacan, Sinaloa, in the cartel, the fucking leaving there, being the immigrant, yada, yada. Yeah, he was a little rough around the edge, just beat up a kid, a little too many jabs to the face, right? A little too excessive.
Killed a couple cats.
It's too excessive. But just this man like I said, a father figure, the guy that I knew, like always had my back, even though he was a mean ass dude. He always had my back though. And for me to disappoint him, I was like, oh my God, it was heartbreaking to me, dude.
Yeah.
And that's something that always sticks by me. It's like, people are like, I just always want to make him proud. I don't know if I have yet, but that's one big thing in my mind. Like, always make this guy proud. Because when I was younger, I fucked up a lot, like stupid shit, when I had no goals or nothing, just fucking up all the time. And now I'm just like, I got to make this dude proud somehow. Yeah. Somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, he was damaged. And yeah, he cut my cats.
Yeah.
And yeah, he could a little too many of them. Yeah. I mean? One was excessive. Two was like, all right.
I'm sure my dad did a lot of stuff. The thing about my relationship with my dad is that he don't tell me nothing about who he is. I have to find that out from other people.
Yeah.
And like, even then, like, I don't feel comfortable sharing that stuff because I didn't get it from the source, dog. You know what I mean? But one thing I will say about my dad, when it came to like raising me, and I don't know if I could probably say that it's a Latino thing because I saw how white families would raise their kids, you know?
Yeah.
But you would only learn lessons from your dad when it was convenient. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't sit you down and be like, all right, today's lesson is going to be about integrity. This is what integrity is, right?
Yeah.
It was more so like, hey, Dad, I like a girl. What should I do? Go to your room. That's what you should do, right?
Yeah.
When you were prompting a fucking lesson, he wouldn't give it to you. But if you're walking to the fucking grocery store like my dad was one time and some dude starts to sell you candy and my dad sits there and he's crossing his arms and he's like, all right, listening to the sales speech. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to buy that candy bar off you because you sold it to me. He's like, I'm not hungry. I don't want candy, but I'm going to buy that candy bar. And then in my mind, while this is happening, I'm like 7 or 8. I'm like, my dad's going to fucking teach me something right now, fool.
Yeah.
Get ready, though. Yeah. Buckle up, fool, you know?
Yeah.
And then while we're walking to the store, he goes, how you do something is how you do everything. It doesn't matter if you're selling a candy bar or being a janitor. This is the popular Mexican dad speech, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're cleaning toilets. That shit better be clean when I come take a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that whole speech. And so like how you do something is how you do everything. I say that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And that moment spoke truly to me. And so there were other things like this morning, I went to go sell the cans, right? And my dad taught me to go sell cans. And I remember loving it, dude, because that would be like time that I spent with my dad. Or like going to NASCAR races, stuff that I would never fucking love as a grown adult now.
Yeah.
I just look back fondly on it because it was things that I did with my dad.
Yes.
A stone man that would never fucking do anything with me unless he would have fun too.
Yeah.
And for doing the cans, it was like his way of being like, you know, climate change is cool because you can make some fucking change off of it, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or, you know, like, all right, at least my effort to like, clean up the earth, homie, you know?
Yeah.
And so I would go recycle cans with my dad. But you know what sucks about recycling cans though?
Is that you don't make much money off of it?
Right? Back in the day, fool, if you don't go to the third party guy, you know what I'm saying? The third fucking, you don't go to the middleman, fool.
Yes.
If you go straight to the source, you can make like $60 off of like 4 bags.
That's still not much, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Like the amount of bags we had, it was like 8 bags stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
$24 for that. It's like, okay, what are
25.
What are we doing here, dude? That's not worth it.
That's how you know that Joel's killing it.
It took us it took us 3 months to get that. And every time someone comes over, they're like, "Oh, what are you guys doing in that corner?" I'm like, "Don't look over there."
4 people come to the apartment.
I know, 4 other people. But I try to distract them. If a new person comes, I try to just be like, "Hey, go that way." Because
Joel's just like,
it doesn't look nice, dude. It doesn't look nice.
Yeah.
Malvin, doesn't look nice.
No, not where it's right next to the front door.
Exactly. Look how beautiful that little spot is.
But
right
it
now,
didn't
dude.
smell. It was clean. It did smell.
It did smell.
Okay,
yeah. Smell like fries.
I don't know if $25 is worth it.
That's what I'm saying. $25 is not worth 7 bags of fucking recycle. And then
but what I'm talking about is the act of recycling. I know how you feel about recycling, and now everyone does. And they're gonna, you know what? Leave comments below.
If we had a house like a backyard, yeah, baby, put that shit in the back. But the fact that it's next to where we sit down and eat, it's horrible.
Nobody sits down and eats.
It's not romantic at all, motherfucker. If I bring my wife and kids to that, they're looking at the fucking trash right behind me. They're gonna think I'm trash.
Andrew Tate over here, bro. Very anti-Greta Thunberg.
No.
Anti-climate change.
No, dude. I'm just saying that is not acceptable, dog.
If we get 25 comments saying cancel Joel, then you'll do stand up.
I do stand up.
No, I thought you were gonna say if we get 25 comments to say cancel Joe, we will cancel Joe. He will be off the podcast.
No. If Andrew's if Andrew Tate gets released from jail, I'll do stand up.
Yeah, he probably will.
But anyways, let me talk to Joel. Let me talk to Joel. Let me talk to Melvin then, dude. What's the worst part of returning cans?
Oh, dude, the separating them.
All right, separating them. What about you, Joel?
Collecting probably being there. Probably being there.
The whole process.
Why would you collect it? You just throw it away. You don't have to deal with it anymore, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
You sound like me when I was 6 years old. Dude, Dad, why do we got to do this?
And then
Dad. And then my dad's like, climate change, and you make a buck, fool.
And he's how you do something's how you do it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna start using that, dude.
Do it, dude.
No,
you can get away with a lot.
No, listen. I just don't understand. I've been there once. I've done that thing once. Pull up in the car. Someone's like, "Hey, come over here," and you fucking give him the cans, and he's like, "Fucking like he weighs or some shit." Then you gotta separate, and then he's like, "This is gonna be like $4." It reminds me of GameStop, dude.
Oh,
don't even
collecting cans that go into GameStop.
Yeah,
you fucking bring like seven. You bring like 7 classic games: Super Mario Bros, Super Smash Bros. All these fucking.
He's like, here's $12.
Yeah, here's $12. I spent 4 years.
This is why he doesn't have a Switch anymore. He returned a Switch.
4 years collecting these classic games, bro. He's like, "There's nothing I can do." I said, "You can give me what I'm worth, dude. You can pay me more money." And he's like, "I could give you $4 store credit and $5 cash." And it's always just fucking disappointing, man.
Anyways, it's not the same because you bought the games way more. That's like you're getting 3% of what you paid on the games. With the cans, you're getting more percentage, I would argue. If somebody leave a comment below with your math and the word.
I think it might be equal percentage.
That was at least like 600 cans.
$600. I was gonna say like $600.
That was not
the water,
the amount of liquor you fucking had in there, dude.
I sorted.
No, there was only like 2 bottles in there. It was 2 bottles. Maybe 3 bottles. Maybe 3. I don't drink tequila like that, so he's lying. It was somebody else's fucking alcohol that he brought in.
There was 3 whiskey bottles.
Yeah, 3 whiskey.
Big ones.
Thick neck there.
And then there was 1 small whiskey bottle. Which the guy looked at it like,
He's like,
drinks this?
Is this Tiger thing?
No. This is very expensive. Like tequila. Like you guys
Evan
rich.
Williams.
Evan Williams. In different parts of the country, that's worth a lot more. In different parts of the world, it's worth a lot of money.
There was 2 4 Liberties.
Yes. In Uganda, that's worth a lot.
There was the tequila bottle, the big ass tequila bottle.
In Egypt, that's
and then a bunch of Michelob cans, dude.
Michelob, we all like Michelob here, guys, right?
I don't drink.
Okay,
asshole.
you don't drink. You like Michelob class.
I've only had it like once or twice.
Okay, because Michelob. That's what I'm saying. It was not that many, not that much alcohol.
That costs more though.
It does cost more.
So
it does cost more.
Technically, in water, it was probably maybe $70.
But that stack was at least like 7-8 foot high.
And it was 8 feet tall. That stack,
feet tall,
and like
man.
5 feet wide.
I look at it with pride though. I'm like, I'm a hoarder, dog.
Yeah, hoard it somewhere else.
Hoard it in your room.
I don't mind. Just not in the kitchen, Playboy.
We'll figure that out. But
Yeah,
what I'm trying to talk
yeah.
about is the worst part about returning cans.
Yes.
What was your answer?
Being there, collecting there, showing up with bags, poverty, fucking struggling, feeling the need to collect cat, just all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, the worst part about it is the bees, dog.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
You know, bees like Diet Coke, and I just returned 800 Diet Coke cans.
A lot of bees.
A lot of Diet Coke, dog. Did you see the picture I shared?
Yes.
On the Discord?
Yes.
Houston, we got a problem.
We got a problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna die young. We've said it many times, but we're gonna die young.
No, we'll die slow, but like this.
Yeah, we'll die. We'll become
Chueco
lizards.
face.
Chueco face. Yeah, boca chueca.
I'll become what my mom called me all this time. Yeah.
And so, like today, when I returned it, food, I went to we're in the ghetto. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We're in the ghetto. We're not where Melvin lives, the ghetto.
Yeah.
But
I used to live where I used to live.
Oh, we heard about where you live now, dude.
Yeah. Rough out
Correction.
there, dog.
Yeah.
Crystal. That's Crystal.
Why is your street called Crystal? Anyways,
Where we live, I mean, it might seem like the poor area.
Well, we live on
the
Heroin Street.
Yeah, we live in a nice place. Well, just ignore like a lot of
Ignore a lot of things.
ignore like a lot of like things, a lot of trash. It's a very nice community, I would say.
We live, like Melvin said, we live in Brooklyn, but in like the 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you get tacos, someone gets shot next to you, no one
You hear
does
like
anything.
a ominous trumpet, like in the distance.
Yeah, some
It
saxophone.
sounded like
in the
somebody was tickling you.
back. You hear
You do hear that out here.
You do hear random instruments.
yeah.
And random instruments outside. But I went to a new recycling place because I was, how I go to places and I start fits with them and then we all fight and then I leave. Mm-hmm. I had to go to a new recycling place, right? I didn't do that, but Joel's all concerned. What's it called? So I go there and there was like 1 bee, right? And you try to keep your cool, right, guys? How do you react when there's a bee around?
I swat it. I use the air like to like.
Dude,
move it.
no, you don't do that with bees, bro. Bees, everybody has the same reaction, dude.
What?
What?
No, I don't. I do that with a wasp.
No,
a wasp. I'm like, oh, and I just like run away.
Oh,
look at this fucking wasp over here.
Come on, baby.
I go to the wasp and I look at him in the eye. I'm like, fuck you.
That's a lie. Everybody has the same reaction to a wasp or a bee.
No, wasps are scary. No, I get scared of shit with the wasps.
No, wasps
bumblebees, I'm like, whatever, dog.
You may be cool for like 5 seconds.
Have you guys ever gotten stung by a bumblebee?
Yes, dude.
I have like twice. It hurts.
It's awful, dude.
Oh wait, no, I haven't. But I think I did once, but I didn't feel it. I just saw the stingers later. I was like, "Was that a bumblebee?"
I thought I was gonna die. I got stung once. I thought,
what did that bee sting do to you? I thought a bumblebee.
Well, this is the thing. My dad is allergic. My dad was at a party once. And a bee, like, he put his shoe back on. I think he was in the jumper or something, and he put his shoes back on.
He was like 10?
Yeah. No, this is when he was a grown man. He put a shoe back on, and there was a bee in there and stung his on the big toe. And then the bee was like, he deserved it, and then died, all slow. What's it called? But my dad was at the party, and then like 10 minutes later, he's like, shortness of breath. He's allergic. He's allergic. Like that. He's found out. You know what I mean? But I mean, if he would have died, he was in the jumper. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful way to die. When you think about it,
Well,
that's what.
No, that's how it got me. I put my sandal on after the pool, and it just stung my toe. And I remember like my older sister was like, "Careful with the bees; they're venomous." And I remember it stung me, and the bumblebee dies. Like the bumblebee's just like, "Fuck." and I remember being like, "Oh, Mom, I'm dying. I'm gonna die." And she was like, relax. And then like, I remember thinking like for like 5 minutes, I remember thinking like, I'm dying. I'm gonna die.
It's painful, man.
Melvin pulled out his machete. He's like, this is what I use it.
Dude, I got stung by a bee in acting class one time. We were rehearsing.
You've never been to acting class.
No, we were trying to get a movie role.
That's a flex.
No, I'm saying my high school acting class, like honors class, whatever, dude. Advanced acting class. Lead actor acting class.
That's why at the basketball game, you were like, get this guy a lead role.
Get him a lead role.
Get him my phone number. I'll connect this to my agent.
Talk to my people, dude. But yeah, we were rehearsing for a very critical and crucial scene, which only I could perform, right? And then I remember I got stung by a bee. I saw the bee coming in, right? And I was like, method acting. I was like, I was focused. Landed on me. I was like, okay, I know it has landed on me. I know it has landed on my neck. I'm going to stay focused because you're not supposed to freak out, right?
Yeah. Danny Lewis.
Yeah, Danny Lewis, right? I was just still focused, like, inshallah. I was doing my scene, right?
It's an Indian play.
Oh, yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Arab asshole.
It was all white people.
Yeah,
only white people, all Mexicans, but I was the only one that, like, saying inshallah, right? And then I felt it, and then I slapped it because I just got stung. I felt it get the stinger going in my neck, right? And I fucking stabbed it or I killed it. And I was like, oh my God, it fucking hurts, right? I was like, I think I got stung by a bee, guys. and then one stupid asshole was like, Joe, you didn't get some you want attention or something? That's all you ever fucking want attention. I just got stung by a fucking bee. I'm not trying to impress you. He's like, bro, dude, he was like acting like I'm trying to trying to spit game at a girl. So, hey, relax, dude, you're not cool or anything. I'm like, I got stung by a bee, dude. And then I just had to sit down for a second, dude. Because obviously when you get stung by a bee, it disables you, dude. I had to go in a wheelchair. I was looking for a local. Anybody got a wheelchair? I got stung by a bee, dog. I had to walk everywhere. And then I just sit down. I just sit down and then just, oh my God. Dude, that's the worst pain ever, getting stung by a bee, Playboy.
Yes. Yeah. It's
it reminded me of my dark past. Because we know about my past.
You ate ass?
My disabled past. You know what I mean? It brought me flashbacks. I can't go back there.
It was active.
I can't go back there. I can't be here. I can't go back there, dog. I had to get out of there, dude.
It activated the DNA strands to
down,
get you back.
Down.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Cancel Joel.
Cancel Joel. 25 comments, cancel Joel. We will cancel you.
That was I survived that though. Bee stings hurt.
But Joel's on my side here. You're trying to act like a white knight here.
I know, you're trying to act
all
cool.
You see a bee and you're like, let's get you to a honeycomb. You try to like act all nice to it.
Dude.
I know, dude.
No, fuck. I'm not Captain Planet over here. Here, let me get you to the flowers.
That's how you act, dude. That's how you act, dude.
I go like that. Like,
even that's trying to be cool, dog. How that's trying to be cool with your stupid.
I smack him like smack this shit. Smack the bumblebee. The bumblebee's like, you're like that.
That bumblebee dead.
Thick as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
No, but okay, now we're kind of all on the same side.
Yeah.
The first act is to try to act cool, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, there's a fucking bee. In your head, you're like, in my internal dialogue is always like, okay, so they can sense fear.
Yeah.
But can they sense that I'm sensing that they're sensing my fear?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then is that something different? Is that where they really fucking stab you?
This guy knows.
Sting? You know what I'm saying?
Sting you, yeah.
And then now you're thinking like a big, and then the next thing you know, always, foo, there's more than one bee.
Yeah.
When you get to that thought.
Yeah.
Now there's 3 bees and the bitch comes out because you're too busy thinking about sensing fears and shit.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, ah. That's what I do, dude. I just start shaking and then like thinking that I'm going to scare them. Like, you know, like they're like, they see me buzzing, you know.
They're just like
And they go around and they look at your crack. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
The guy's like that collects the cans. He's just like looking at you, like to see if he's gonna respect you, and then that's why he probably give you $25 instead of giving you 50. He's just like, this one ain't gonna say nothing to me.
He just like,
The bees are like, hey, yo, Ben, stab this motherfucker.
oh, fuck bees, dude.
Yeah, no, fuck bees.
See your crack. You guys ready? As picture Jordan like, no.
His ass hairs are shooting the bees. The bees fall back. Left leg.
They're like sending farts like.
Oh, going down.
That shit gross.
This shit nasty, bro.
What a black bee. This shit fucked up, homie. I'm out of here, motherfucker.
Yeah, Latino be like, ay, pinche cabrón.
Damn, different races in the bee community.
Yeah,
dog.
oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Black and yellow. That's
But,
beautiful.
Yeah, so like the
I
bees,
kind
you
of
know,
look like a bee right now.
yeah, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Bee lizard, dude. You're Jerry Seinfeld. You're gonna make the lizard movie. Fuck you.
Lizard movie?
Oh,
I'm a lizard. I fall in love with a grown white woman. Yeah.
I never seen that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bee movie?
It's a good movie.
Bee movie?
It's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Oh my god, you didn't like it. Be honest.
I liked it. I liked
This
it.
whole, this whole, is Jerry Seinfeld a good comedian?
No. He's not my cup of tea.
It takes him so long to be like, but people like him. You know?
He's a good guy. I've never seen a stand up.
To be fair.
I've never seen a stand up.
Oh, his last special sucked. But
Honestly, I swear to God, I've never seen a stand-up besides when he opens up Seinfeld episodes. with them.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen sci-fi. I don't know anything about him.
Seinfeld.
I've never seen sci-fi.
So what did you end up doing with these fucking bees?
So, you know, I don't know what the ingredients are to get stung because I don't feel like I've been stung.
the ingredients.
Because that's what I'm thinking in my
Yeah.
mind. The ingredients are like, they sense fear. Don't be fearful, fool. So I start trying to be cool. You know what I always do? This is the other part I wanted to talk about, was that I always close my mouth, foo. Because you've seen those things on social media where it's like somebody got stung on the tongue and now they're like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm always just like, that's not me. It's not going to happen to me.
Never.
But then that's probably what that fool thought. He probably saw a picture of the fucking Polaroid or something from like the 80s or however old this fool is, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, damn, that's not going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have that knowledge. I'm just not going to happen to me.
Yeah.
And so even today I was like, for whatever reason, well, you know, like, because you're sorting cans, you're getting, I could use some water. There's a lot of bottles, you know?
You're drinking from the Coke, the Diet Coke. That's like, the last couple drops, you're just like, this one still has a lot of Diet Coke.
And I see a fucking bee go zzz. It's just like, I could fucking stab that shit right now, fool. Like, you know, he's stepping up to me. And I'm like, and then I just kept it closed. I just kept it closed.
Dude, all this is happening while the guy's like, there's gonna be $25.
You're having like an existential crisis. You're just like, the fucking bees, my mouth. The guy's just like, it'll be 30. $25.
Yeah, he knocks it down $5 every time I bitch out of it. No, for sure they were laughing at me because I did give but I was also like, dog, I'm not gonna die. If I'm gonna live, I'm gonna be a bitch. You know what I mean?
You can't die from a bee sting, right?
Yes, you can.
Only if you're allergic.
Yeah.
Or if like 10,000 bees sting you at the same time. Like you attack their nest and you just stay there.
Yeah.
That'll kill you.
Don't you get like an epidural or some shit if you get stabbed?
Yeah.
It's not an epidural. What is it called?
No.
EpiPen.
Epidural. What's an
Epidural
epidural?
is for pregnant ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get that too. You get anything
into
nowadays.
labor.
Yeah, you get anything nowadays.
The bee just came inside of me.
Nah, bees, man. I ain't fucking with bees in a while.
Theo Vaughn over here.
I once knew
man.
a bee, bro. Nah, bees are scary, man. Wasps, all those insects. What is that? Insect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're flying insects. Yeah.
Flying insects.
No, I mean bees, wasps, they all trip me out. And like where we grew up is a different place. Fool, you guys don't understand. Like that's my Joel impression.
Yeah, niños de la tierra, fool.
Yeah.
Niños of the earth.
Yeah. I thought you said bees of the earth.
Niños de la tierra.
Dude, bro, talking about dads and bees and wasps. I remember one time there was a wasp nest forming in front of our house.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking scared. I remember coming home from school and just being like, God, fuck, can I just go through the window? Like, I don't want to do this. And like my mom called the landlord and like to fucking, get rid of this. And the landlord was like, will you get there at the other day or maybe tomorrow, maybe this weekend? And my dad gets home. My mom tells my dad. And my dad's like, what the fuck? And he gets a rag and he sprays it with W40.
Yeah.
And he just grabs the wasp nest with the rag
God.
and he crushes it with his hands. And then he's like, Mel, come look, you pussy bitch motherfucker. Like my dad was calling me a pussy. Like he's like, look, the shit that you're fucking crying about, look, they're all dead. Damn. And I'm like, Dad, put it down.
How does he say pussy in Spanish?
Pinche maricón. They call it pinche maricón, pinche puto, pinche, what's another word? Yeah, you get the gist.
Yeah. I only needed one.
Yeah. He calls me this and that and that and that.
You answer the phone, what's up? He's like, pinche maricón.
Hey, maricón. No, but I remember just being like, oh, my dad's crazy.
Yeah, my next door neighbor, when we moved from Colton to Rancho, across the street was this white dude named Ben. And never wanted to hang out with me, but I'm always like, Ben's chilling today. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was annoying. I was younger than him.
Yeah.
But outside of his house was a wasp nest, a big one too. For like when they grow like in Rancho or whatever. At the time, I just remember because you're a kid too, so like you know how when you grow up and your house looks so big, kind of thing. These wasp nests look like fucking houses to me, you know. And so he had one outside of his house. He comes over and I'm like, what the fuck? Ben's coming to me this time. He's like, hey, fool, I'm gonna shoot this fucking wasp nest with my BB gun, and then just have your door open. You know,
open. Why open?
No, so that he could run inside.
I like for the bees to come and attack you.
I thought you were like, yo, just have it open so they can go to your house.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Fuck you up.
He's like, and they come out when you get my $20, dog.
Yeah.
25. Anyways, so
Not worth it.
Ben was a fan of recycling. Anyway, so he goes, he's like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah. We're kids, foo. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, you know? And he goes, ta, ta, ta. And all you see is, oh my God.
No.
And I was just like, I didn't understand the ramifications. What was it? The ramifications.
I think that's just, dude, they actually make a noise like that. Like they sound like they're like
a fucking helicopter.
Yeah, they're just like, you fucked up now. And it's the scariest fucking thing.
And so I closed the door and I saw his face like through the eye hole and he didn't know what to do. I was terrified.
Did they come at him?
Yeah.
And why is he still alive?
What?
I didn't see Ben again.
Never seen him again.
Never seen
Good guy. Saw him yesterday.
Was he managing?
I believe so. But also like, you know.
Definitely.
But you know, it's like also like he's safe. So he was like, it was funny. Like, why would you close the door? But laughing, not like, why would you close the door? You know, kind of thing. But I was terrified, dude. Seeing the amount of wasps that came out of this nest was comic. Like it was a comical amount. And I just closed the door. Like when you see that, you don't think like, oh, I'm leaving Ben outside. You're thinking like, that's too many wasps. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't got the time to be like, I gotta leave the door open. There's too many attackers.
Terrifying deal. Yeah.
But also, don't shoot the wasp nest.
Don't shoot the wasp nest.
But it's what can you do when you see it up there?
Yeah.
I used to do that with the stick too. By myself, I had a bunch of wasp nests in the back, dude. I hit them all with the little pico.
Yeah.
That'll come on down. I didn't have that much though. It was always like I'd say like 20 or 30 wasps coming out. We would just run around. But it's like, what do you do? Just leave it there, let it get bigger? You got to take it down. You got to
you got to take it down because it won't get as big as the ones you're talking about. Yeah.
It was fast though too. This was not over time. It was like quick. Yeah. And like his house was like an inlet to the front door and then like the garage on the side. And then the front was the grass. And then right there, you could start seeing it from underneath the, what are those called? You're the construction guy. What is it called? Yeah. Like the awning, basically. Yeah. Like, you know how like the roof goes like this, and there's that little awning. That's where they always make it.
Oh, they love that shit.
Yeah, that's their shit. They're
that's
like,
their shit. They're like, this is our shit right here, dude.
I don't know, man. That's just trauma right there, dude. That's the real trauma. You know what I mean?
Oh, animals.
Yeah. But in our neighborhood, you would always see caution tape, foo. and that means that there was
someone died from the wasp.
No, that would mean that there was a beehive there.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I got stung. We were skateboarding.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fucking skateboard.
Yeah.
I was just like, "What's up, guys? Let's hang out." You know.
Yeah.
I was a loner, so my skateboard. I was trying to roll down the street, and then whoo, you know, you fall off the skateboard, and the skateboard goes vroom down the street like super far, and I see the caution tape, and I'm like, "Oh, dude."
So you just left the skateboard there?
No. So it hit the fucking bee's nest or whatever around that area, zzz, right? So we go to my friend Devereaux's house, and they're all calling me a bitch, but in like nice white language, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Bombs.
you're a little
bitch.
Yeah. Are you a kid or a man? Like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Are you a little boy?
I'd kill everyone in the house. I would kill everyone in the house. Be like, am I a kid? Or am I a man?
That's creepy. Are you a little boy?
Or are you a grown man?
Yeah. And then they'll start bringing up other shit like that one time you didn't climb the tree. I'm like, fuck, I can't not get my skateboard.
Why
right
are they
now.
climbing trees?
No, we used to climb trees all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
But then there was one time where a twig snapped, and I was like, I'm done. I'm out the game. I'm out the game.
Yeah,
you know?
that's dangerous.
And then like they're like, all right, you know, he's probably overreacting. But the next time we climb a tree, I'm like, I'm cool down here, guys. And they're all like, what the fuck, fool? We're all on the tree. There was a big tree in front of Kelly's house.
Yeah.
So Devereaux and Kelly, right? In front of Kelly's house, this big ass tree where it had like a what's it called, branch, where you could sit on it, and we would all just chill up there. Doing nothing, fool. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
we're
that's
talking about
wholesome childhood stories,
Dude,
man.
climbing trees is awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't. Where I grew up, we didn't have that many trees, dog. Like we couldn't climb up shit, dude. I didn't see a tree till I was like 7 years old, bro.
Yeah.
I lived in.
I didn't see a tree till I was seven.
I didn't see a tree for a long ass time,
Yeah.
man. But to hear you climbing trees, that's wholesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
but
beautiful.
I was out the game. Like I fell once.
What game?
I
game
fell-
was?
No, the game was climbing trees.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't have a tree, so.
Well, because if you made it past a certain branch, you had street cred. That's,
Oh, really?
That's the kind of game we had. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
could you? Are you gonna climb the tree?
I used to love climbing trees.
Really?
Yeah.
Before he got fucking 8
Before
foot
I
tall.
got big as shit, yeah, I used to be like Tarzan, just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Tarzan's a sexy guy, dude.
Yeah, I remember thinking like, I remember having the Tarzan soundtrack when I climbed the tree.
Really?
Oh, that's George of the Jungle.
What's the Tarzan soundtrack?
Yeah.
How does it go?
If
Go,
you
three.
be in my arms, what will you be? What's his name?
Oh yeah, Elliott Smith. Or what's his name?
No,
What is it called? Elton John.
no.
Oh yeah, that's Elton
No,
John.
that's not Elton John.
It's not?
That's the guy that did the
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Yes.
For that ass. Yeah.
You'll be in my heart.
Damn, I never heard that song.
Oh, dude,
What?
you got
No.
Bro, next stream.
Yeah,
I never heard that song.
Theo Joel's Vibe is in Bruise, dude. Twitch.tv
Dog,
/.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, the Tarzan soundtrack, man. You
Tar
cocksucker.
Sound?
I never watched
Don't
Tarzan
listen to
growing up.
that.
I never watched Tarzan growing up, dude.
You don't have trees. Where did you grow up? A prison?
What? It could seem like prison if you look at my old neighborhood. There's a lot of guns. There's a lot of walls. There's a lot of fucking cages and shit, dude.
Was
the
there
guards?
windows with fences?
Huh?
Or were there windows with bars on them?
There was no windows. I never seen a window until I was like 25.
This is the first window he's ever seen.
Oh, that's why I was like this. Look at my fingerprints right there, bro.
I touch it every day.
I touch it every day. I can't believe it. Yeah, I heard about it. Stories about that. I didn't see darkness was my ally. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see light till I was only a man.
You didn't experience windification.
I didn't see windification till I was only a man. Until then, it was nothing but blinding.
So yeah, I was out the game. Like I fell once. I was out the game because I didn't want to be humiliated like I humiliated my sister. There was one time where my sister went running to go hang out because like our parents fucking locked us up and shit, whatever. But there was one day where she was allowed to go out and my friend wasn't in town. So I was just like, I walked outside and was just like watching her run, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then my sister tripped and she fell down like, and I was like, ah! And I laughed like really loud. She broke her collarbone.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
no.
bad. And she's probably going to correct me because I think I get that wrong. But
Yeah.
I tell myself that she broke her collarbone because she
What,
did break
you
her collarbone.
Did you see something like shifted right here?
I
Like a
saw
bone sticking
literally like everything moving how it shouldn't move. Like
Oh.
you know, like in a UFC fight where Brendan Chop's like kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you know.
That's what I saw because we lived on a hill. So she was
Yeah.
like, bah, 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 bah. So that was going through my mind when I fell out the tree. I'm like, damn fool, is that my Angie moment? You know what I mean? And then I was like, I'm out the game. So anyways, back to the skateboard. The
that's funny.
skateboard's in the beehive, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there getting called a bitch. Bitch, you don't climb trees, bitch. I'm like, what?
Are you a
man? Are you a man or a bitch?
Yeah. Yeah, are you a boy or a man, fool? And I'm sitting there like, I don't even say anything, fool. I just turn around and I walk. Keep in mind, every step is like heavy, right? I'm
Yeah. Because you're.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a bitch.
Oh, that's because you're overweight. You're overweight. I thought that's what you meant. With all due respect.
So I go over to the fucking beehive and I'm trying not to, I'm like thinking to myself, I legit thought to myself, like, I can't do it fast because I'm a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may go this far, but you're still a bitch if you do it fast, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Or do you believe in hazing kids into getting a skateboard from a beehive?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the guy that makes me do this.
To get the skateboard. Yeah. Get the skateboard. Yeah.
And so I get it, right? I grab it and try to do like, you know, but in my mind, I'm like sweating and shit, wiping that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Are around. The bees are around.
Hey, fool, look at this. Fool,
Just like,
Hey, fool, that's our skateboard, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Joe, you think there's a fucking skateboard right there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's your skateboard. Yeah.
So what happens when you get the skateboard?
I pick it up and I walk over to my friends and I'm like, I think they stung me. I think and I'm trying to keep my cool. But I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I can just picture. I think they stung me. And you just
that's a bitch right there.
But keep in mind too, these kids are like either my age or younger than me. We're all the same age range. So they're like, Gerard, they didn't sting you. Or Jerry, they didn't sting you because you would be in pain right now. I was like, dog, it's the most painful. Like all the kids are like, it's the most painful thing of all time. What do you mean? You know, like bees are your worst rival as a kid. And I was like, no, I think they stung me. And I'm like this.
That's clever. I think they stung that's disrespectful, dude.
I think they took their dick out.
They stung me. I think they're about to ejaculate.
No, I was like this. I was like, I think they stung me. And on my middle finger, there was 2 little dots. Oh. And then they're all like, damn, this fool took it like a champ in their heads. They didn't say it. They didn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all they said was like, I guess you are, man. Yeah.
But I did say, I think they stung me. Like I was crying. You know what I mean? And we never got to the bottomification of it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretty sure they did sting me. That's my story.
Okay, listen, based on my experience, you were stung by 2 bees.
Okay.
2 massive
or
bees.
1 bee that had 2 dicks.
No. They don't exist.
Oh.
They don't exist. It's only one dick, 1 bee.
Okay, Siri. Hey, Siri.
Come on.
How many dicks do bees have?
1.
1? Let's just see.
Let's just say, what does she know?
Oh,
She's just like, don't wear shit like that.
okay, sorry. So continue.
No, I wasn't going to say. I would just say they don't have
The summerification.
They don't have 1 dick, 1 bee.
Okay.
Well, animals, anyways.
But how would 2 sting me directly?
Because you got 2. You got 2. There was a fucking double team, dog. You got double team by 2 bees.
Is there any wasps or anything that have? He's our wasp expert.
Yeah.
Because
he basically is
because you're dressed like one.
a spokesman.
Wow. Yeah. Every time you get mad doing this, you're like, yeah.
You start flying.
I'm gonna sting you.
No.
Big ass
thing, dude.
Yeah, are you asking me to walk? Yeah, right. Yeah, I sting you. Yeah, that stings my heart.
Don't sting me.
You asking me if a wasp have 2 dicks?
No,
Yes.
2 stingers. 2 stingers. No, they do though, because the wasps can go like. They
No, they have 1 stinger, but it doesn't kill them. So they can sting you multiple times. You can be like,
You got your answer right there.
yeah. Well, with the bee, when it stings you and it pulls out, it takes all their intestines out with them.
Oh,
yeah, that's why they die. That's why they die.
That's so
wow,
sad.
why'd you make it so real?
Because
you killed 2 bees.
You killed 2 bees. You horrifically died on your middle finger. Just like, And you're like 2 dots. Like, I think I got stung, fool.
Man.
I think I got stung where?
Right there, bitch.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That's like very spiritual. Right there,
Yeah, so they're just like, bro, like they, that's why they're wise with what they sting.
Yeah.
And they only sting when they absolutely have to because it's their life.
Yeah.
Is that true though? Because sometimes when I've been stung, I'm like, you didn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was not moving.
They're just like, I did.
I was like, I didn't move at all. Why you kill? Why you
But also too, it's the biology of it. Because
Condensation.
we typically personify animals and inanimate objects, right? The computer right now is like, hey guys, what's up, right? Like we do that to bees and stuff. They don't know, do they?
I don't think
Do you
so.
think they have a deeper understanding of what their life is and what?
Yes.
Like a moral compass.
I think they do. I think they do. 100%.
That's a real word.
The bees on Sundays are like, we're not gonna fly around. We're going to church.
They know what they're doing, man. I can't do this. This isn't right. I don't want to hurt this guy. He doesn't deserve this.
Yeah,
shit.
he just
You know
wants
what I
to
mean?
skateboard.
He's just chilling.
They just mind their business. They mind their business. You know what I mean?
I don't think so though. I mean,
You get harassed by bumblebees?
I've gotten stuck a couple times. I got someone that's trying to be cute with a girl, and I look at this bumblebee, and, and I was like,
So he's projected out to me about look at this beautiful creature of God. I was like, I can totally picture you being like, look, baby girl, look at this wonderful creation of Jehovah right here. Oh, fuck.
because it happened.
You squish it, you're just like,
I couldn't move my hand. I was like this, dude.
You're like, get out the wheelchair.
And I was like, get a wheelchair, anybody, get a fucking wheelchair. And I tried holding her hand, but she couldn't hold my hand like that, dude. And she was like, you're fucking weird. I was like, get out of here, bitch.
So you blame the bumblebee? You blame the bumblebee for a date to go bad?
I wouldn't blame them, but I definitely just like complete their fault though. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a very sad situation that happened that night. That day, rather. Yeah.
The datification ended there, dude.
Not a good date, man. And I was like, man, I was like 14, 13, 12, like one of those like younger ages, man. I was just trying to show out to this girl in front of a lemon tree. And there was a bee on that lemon tree. And I was like, man, isn't that beautiful? Like, I don't know why people are afraid of these creatures. And she's like, well, yeah, they're beautiful. And I was like, dude, look at this. This is my, like, our Savior in Christ, Jesus Christ, and Jehovah Witness. I'm Jehovah. I created this with his bare hands. Like, this is just like an achievement in itself. I'm gonna grab it. She's like, wow. She's like, wow, it's brave of you. And I fucking. And then she was like, you okay? I was like, the fuck out of my sight, babe. And then that was my date.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not a good time. Oh. A lot of bee talk today. Yeah, a lot of bee talk. We've all been traumatized. We've all been traumatized by bees.
Yeah. Beat it up, baby. Beat it up.
Beat it up, man.
But yeah, my dad is allergic to bees, so that's why.
Yes. My dad also. See, we had a big gopher problem in the backyard. You know what I mean? There was a lot of gopher holes, and he would do the thing where like he would put the water hose inside the hole, and it will flush out any of the gophers. I think that's what they're called, right? Gophers. They would come out, and I've killed so many gophers in my lifetime, dude. He would let me. He wouldn't let me, but he would make me get the shovel and just like kill them, basically. When I was a young man.
And you killed them?
I had to. My dad told me to do it.
How many did you kill? 50, 60?
Nah, just like 10. Just like 10.
10 a day?
No, 10. My mom was
you're acting like you fucking got scalps, dog.
No, my mom was my mom was horrified because she would go to the back and give us like Sprites and shit. And she was like, because I was like,
oh my God.
My dad back inside.
My dad was like, stop, he's dead. You
use the little scalps as shot glasses? Yeah, I've seen you do it.
No. But you guys ever kill animals like that?
Have I? I don't know. I used to be really rude to roly-polies.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah. And I say rude because I knew what I was doing at the time.
What were you doing?
Just flicking them.
Making them roll down a hill.
And then
just like the most cute innocent shit.
I blame mass media, or what is it called? Mainstream media.
Yeah.
For me getting a microscope one day and burning ants.
Oh,
I wouldn't have known about that if it wasn't for TV.
That's so true. We used to do that all the time.
I did it once, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Did you ever make them fight?
No,
like other insects fight with each other, like scorpions and roly-polies and the worms.
I didn't grow up in Baldwin Park, Doug.
Dude, we had
scorpions.
Bro, if you would get our grass and you would lift it up, you would see scorpions, you see worms, you see spiders, you see fucking niños de la tierra. You would get all of them and put them into a little container and just watch them fight, dog. And then if like no one's winning, you just get the fucking magnifying glass and just like burn all of them.
Oh my God!
But listen, back then,
you did this after you killed 10 gophers.
This is when we were very young. This is in between like
high school
rest periods when my dad would make us cut the lawn. This is in between rest periods. So when my dad would be eating, me and my brothers would be bored, and we'd do that for fun. But it's I think a lot of Mexicans have done that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, I did it once, and I could hear the ants like screaming. Like, but you know, not literally.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Oh, when you burn them.
Yeah. I felt like I heard the ants screaming. Like when I was like, cooking them, I was like, oh my God. And then I did it a little more, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And I did it for a second while thinking how fucked up it is.
You were doing that sound, not them.
No, I know, but in your head, you're seeing what's happening.
Oh, okay.
And so like Christopher Nolan, he shoots something, but they do the post audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was Christopher Nolan with the magnifying glass.
Post audio.
Post audio is happening in my head, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then I didn't stop though. I was like, this is terrible. And then I just kept going. And then I realized slowly, I was like, what? I got to stop doing this.
Yeah.
You know? And then I put the magnifying glass away. For whatever reason, we just had one in the kitchen. And one day I was like, I heard about this on TV. And I tried to do it. I think Arthur or one of those shows. Oh, no. Toy Story. The first Toy Story.
Yeah. I feel that's why we all had one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we saw it from the movies.
Yeah.
And then we all did it. It didn't make me feel bad though doing that. You know,
It made me feel terrible.
Good. You know, it's just like, was it murder? Was it first degree? Like, what was it? You know, like
I honestly thought to myself, because back in the day, Bill Nye the Science Guy, I was like, what would Bill Nye the Science Guy think of me right now?
If he was just looking at you do that,
Yeah.
what would
He'd be
he be doing?
disappointed.
Yeah. If I was like on his crew or something and we were filming fucking Stupid Ants or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm over here killing him, I'm like, what would he do?
He'd be like, well, listen, buddy, science rules.
Yeah.
This doesn't.
And look at the camera.
So what we have here, we got this weirdo ass kid.
We got this boy that thinks he's a man, but he's not.
He couldn't even get a skateboard. But no, dude, that shit, I don't know. I think I had a culture shock when I went to a white school after 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I went to a white elementary school for a couple of years. And I remember it. Can we all agree? If there's a bug in your house, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I remember there was a spider in the classroom. I was like, yo, there's a fucking spider. And I'm about to stop on it. And the teacher was like, stop. And all the white kids were like, stop, what are you doing? Pick it up, take it outside. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And they literally made me scoop it up on a piece of paper and take the spider outside. I never knew people were like that. And then throughout my life, I've encountered people like that. And I'm just like, you're crazier than me. Like, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I was just so fucking weird.
Like,
to
who
me.
hurt you, dog?
Yeah, like, or who? What type of fucking holistic being do you think you are?
They're like, no, put it on the paper and take it outside. I don't want to get hit.
Yeah,
their own trauma.
Oh, that's yeah, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Spiders like that, you just gotta step.
Yeah,
on
you
step
take
on
it out so
Oh, yeah.
Joel can kill it with the shovel.
Yeah.
Me and Gerardo can kill him with the
Bro, I
magnifying
take
glass.
pride in killing spiders.
Yeah.
I try to sometimes side kick them or side step them, like step on half of them so I can see the, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Yeah, bitch.
Huh.
Yeah.
We'll cut this part out.
Yeah. I'm the whole podcast is just that on a loop. Bitch. No, honestly, like Black Widows were a big thing.
Oh, those deserve it though.
Yeah.
Those are too dangerous to let
So
live.
I would try to like scoop up on them. When I see a spider, I turn into fucking Hannibal Lecter, dog. I just like, stare at him like
Some
this.
fiber beam.
My eyelids are like this usually, but then when I see a spider, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And then I start moving my head back and forth like that. And then I start walking. Well, that's why my head's moving. Because I'm walking. So stupid. That's like starting the engine. You know what I mean? I'm turning the ignition on and then boom. And then I start moving. Right? Yeah. And then I step up to it and then I try to get half of it, so I can go. And then like on the wall, just like a murder scene. You know?
And you just leave it like that.
Yeah. And then I get a little forensics team comes in and they're like, the blood spatter looks like he. Yeah.
Other spiders. Who could have done this? And then there's a Dexter spider.
They see a human shit. They're like, that's his signature.
Oh my God, these size 12 Nikes. It's the same guy.
That's funny, dude.
Get the big ass handcuffs. I don't know. Dude, you want the spider with the big ones?
They knock on your door, Joel answers. It's like, are you Joel? It's like, we need your roommate, Gerardo. Gerardo jumps out the window.
Two big ass spiders knocking. Well, we already done an hour. We have to do the Patreon episode. You guys down?
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
All right. Well, that was fucking
funny.
great. Dude. That was hilarious.
That was funny.
And like in true Latino fashion, we were like, we're gonna talk about our dads, and then we didn't.
Yeah, we did. We did it for like 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was getting too
We
real.
started talking about Bumblebee.
It was getting way too real,
And, it was
dude.
like, and then he pulled the machete. I'm like, bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's never open up like that ever again.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we love you guys, and we got that live show January 28th. Dude.
January 28th, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be dope.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a different experience for all three of us, but I'm excited and I'm ready, and I'm doing stand-up all this week to get prepared for it.
It, like you said, it's going to be a brand new experience for all three of us, and it would be really cool for you to be there for our first.
Hell yeah. Joel?
Twitch.tv/Isimo World. Boom.
And he's going to do stand-up.
No.
Bye.
2,000 subscribers.
Later, y'all.